Hello, my name is Tim Hewitt, and I, along with my wife Sandy, founded Barnabas Enrichment Ministries in January of 2008. Our ministry at BEM has always been to encourage small church pastors and missionaries. BEM missionaries have been able to minister in many churches across North America, including Alaska and Canada. Our original ministry was pastor and missionary refreshment. This ministry allows the pastor or missionary and family to take time off for physical and spiritual renewal. At the same time, the BEM missionary assumes the role of the pastor during this break. We also offer counseling and conflict resolution. BEM missionaries are often called upon to assist pastors and missionaries and their churches in resolving the unfortunate differences in a biblical manner. We began our small church enrichment conferences in 2018 with the objective to encourage pastors and lay leaders of small churches and to provide an opportunity for fellowship. We also seek to build a network of like-minded friends for encouragement and support. It is a unique opportunity to build relationships that they customarily wouldn't have. Our newest offering is small church technology support. This ministry has to do with everything technology-wise in the church, including computer systems, video projection, and sound. The reason BEM is committed to these services to pastors and small churches is because we understand and value the small church. We understand and value the pastors of small churches. We understand the purpose of small churches. We understand the difference of having a vision versus a growth strategy. We are committed to giving purpose and encouragement to small churches and their pastors during a time when many churches are pragmatically growth model oriented. We understand the dangers of territorialism. We encourage pastors to seek Jesus, not numerical growth. We encourage pastors to be content and embrace their place in God's service. We understand that bivocational ministry can be exhausting and discouraging because some of us have been there. We understand that we are relational beings, and many small church pastors labor in isolation and aloneness. Through the years, we have watched BEM grow in ways that we would not have anticipated. We are thankful for how God has seen fit to use this ministry and seek to move forward in offering additional services that are relevant in today's changing society. I frequently receive calls from pastors seeking help in their ministries. Many just want pulpit supply. Others need a break, a time away from ministry to recharge their batteries. We have also received several calls from churches with no pastors seeking help in their pastoral search. The need is great, and the number of missionaries that we have is woefully small in comparison to the need. Just last summer, I was in communication with 4 churches needing assistance. Due to staffing and scheduling, we could only help 2 of those churches. I recently received 2 calls, one for pulpit supply and the other needing support in their pastoral search. These types of calls are increasing, yet we are limited in our response to help. What can we do to meet the increasing needs of churches? And how can BEM respond to this need with our limited staffing? I would like to introduce the BEM Pastor Network Initiative. BEM's goal for this ministry is to serve as a kind of clearinghouse where we will refer pastors in this network to churches in need. We're seeking to build a network of retired or current pastors who are willing to give time to struggling churches. These pastors will be of like faith and have gone through an application process before serving under the BEM umbrella. The process begins with churches in need reaching out to BEM. We then would match them up with one of our network pastors. The church and network pastor can connect then with each other to discuss how and when the pastor can best serve their needs. In addition to this, we are seeking churches and individuals to help us fund what we are calling the Triage Fund. For as little as $25 to $30 a month, this fund will allow the network pastor, to come alongside struggling pastors and churches with no financial burden to either party. The Triage Fund also enables BEM to meet the growing needs of struggling churches nationwide. I have asked Ned Sutherland, pastor at First Baptist Church of Rushville and a board member of BEM, to spearhead this ministry. As a small church pastor himself, Ned has a true heart for small churches and their pastors.
A growing concern for small church pastors is neglecting rest. Because many small church pastors are bivocational, time seems to be the enemy that forces us to cut short our devotions and neglect our fellowship with other pastors. Taking a day off is rare, and a family vacation is unthinkable. Family time is neglected, and taking a sabbatical is a remote possibility. All this translates into discouragement or even quitting. In Matthew, Jesus offers, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Come is the invitation to find rest in Jesus. I believe that rest is offered even to bivocational small church pastors. I believe that if we make rest a priority, God will enable us to accomplish His work for His glory in His place that He has called us to. BEM desires to provide opportunities to find this vital time for rest in ministry. I encourage you to consider joining the BEM Pastor Network Initiative to help other pastors find this rest, to connect with and experience fellowship with other pastors, to provide a week's break from the pulpit to avoid burnout, or to give pastors a short sabbatical to recharge their souls for ministry. If you are a retired pastor or an active pastor who can provide this kind of help, please consider joining this network. You may request an application form from us through a phone call, text message, email, or simply inquire on our website at barnabasenrichmentministries.org. Once your application is submitted, we will review it and respond expeditiously. In addition, if you or your churches are interested in donating monthly to help support this Pastor Network Initiative and Triage Fund, you may send your donation to Barnabas Enrichment Ministries, P.O. Box 4, Goshen, Indiana, 46527-0004. Be sure to mark your check BEM Network in the memo. Alternatively, you may go to our website, www.barnabasenrichmentministries.org, and select Make a Donation at the bottom of the homepage. Follow the link to make your credit card donation. Please consider joining us to encourage fellow pastors and small churches.
The majority of churches in our country are small churches, yet they are prone to as much stress and discouragement as larger churches. The difference: resources and support. BEM's driving purpose is to be those resources and support by encouraging pastors, churches, and missionaries through preaching, teaching, exhorting, counseling, and loving care. We at BEM praise God that He has placed within our organization both missionaries and board members with a unified vision to accomplish this purpose. Pray with us that God would stir hearts to become triage partners and call qualified individuals to our growing BEM Pastor Network Initiative. Remember, Satan's strategy is to attack and destroy small churches through discouragement and division. Please help us to be part of God's defense against Satan's crippling attacks.